Hello there, welcome back to another fabulous craft along here on Crafters TV. Craft along, of course, is that one opportunity where we all get to craft together in real time, which makes it really, really exciting. And lots of you are already set and good to go with all of the things that you need. And also, I'm not going to be doing the crafting, obviously not. That would be, well, it'd be haphazard, at least I think, Craig, don't you?
I think that would be quite interesting. I think you should do it. I think that would actually be quite good. Sometime if you actually stood there, you can do the comments, but actually craft along at the exact same time. That's something we can maybe think about.
I don't know if I'm that good at multitasking, to be honest, Craig, but maybe I'd give it a go. If anyone hasn't got their stuff together yet, though, Craig, not too late for them to join us, is it, today?
Not at all. No, we're going to, well, say we, the royal we. You, Joe, you're going to go over a few things first of all, so that's going to give you time to get all your things together. I think, is it maybe worthwhile me reading out the list as to what you would need?
Yeah, I reckon so.
Go for it. So, this is, you can see in the picture, what we're going to make, and I'll show you in a bit more detail in a moment, but what you're going to need is you're going to need your Stacked Easel hearts, you're going to need your Fluttering by Butterfly die, and then what you're going to need is your ivory glitter card, your neutral tones 12 by 12 texture card, although you only need a couple of sheets, and then the warm tones for the 12 by 12 as well. Then for additional elements, you're going to need your large guillotine, you're going to need your Gemini midi, your junior or the large. On this occasion, because there's a lot of layers, we're going to use the large Gemini. Collal tacky glue, foam pads or glue gel, pearls, optional if you want, and red and gold ribbon, optional as well. So for anyone that's wanting to know, maybe, I know you could, we've got that picture there, but the butterfly is the one that originally came with the Gemini Go range. So if you're wanting to, a bit like me, Joe, I'm better with pictures than words. Yeah. So you could say a name and I'm like, don't know what that is. Show me the picture, I know exactly.
Would any of you fairly decent sized butterfly dies work, Craig?
Absolutely. Awesome. When it comes to the glitter card, I've chose the ivory because it's more of a real gold. You might have one of the other colours if you want. This is a guide if you want to do it exactly like me. But of course, you can mix and match as well if you want. That's the 12 by 12 that I'm going to be using as well. I've got some gems, I've got some pearls, but let's have a bit of a close look as to what we're going to be making when it comes to our Stacked Easel. So I thought it's a craft along, Joe, it's Valentine's coming up at the weekend, perfect opportunity to go all red and gold and elegant with the black as well, and we'll go all Valentine's themed.
Oh, I'm really looking forward to that. Now, how many Valentine's cards have you received already, Craig? I know of 2 that you've received already.
Have you?
You've got 2 already.
Have I?
Yeah, there's 2 in the green room for you if you haven't picked them up yet. In those 2 boxes in the green room, there's a card in there.
Those, oh yeah, I've already got it from
the lovely Susan Rushton.
Yeah, from Susan Rushton.
And there was another one from one of our lovely German viewers in there as well.
Yeah, I did actually get that one as well. And then very quickly as well, I'll put a post later on, but Anna sent me this lovely gift this morning, viewer, with the layer tartan. Face mask, tie, and a little tote bag as well. So thank you so much. It means the world, but I will put a post later on social media. Big
question is though, Craig, have you sent any Valentine's cards?
What is it with you guys?
Well, I'll tell you, I've sent a Valentine's card.
Have you?
Yeah.
I've not got it yet.
And the person I've sent it to is not going to know who it's from. It's a real secret, sort of, you know, very much traditional Valentine's. So I've sent one.
Okay. But no plans to send any this year. Maybe next year.
Oh, that's a shame, Craig. That is a shame. Right, don't forget, if you are joining us and you're thinking, oh, I didn't get the Stacked Easels at launch, I haven't got my hands on these, I didn't get them when they were on a masterclass either, it's not a problem because no one needs to miss out when it comes to the craft along, because what you can do is, remember that this is always going to be available for you over on our website, crafterscompanion.co.uk.com.au. It's going to live there forever. So it means that you could order now in this show, you can sit and watch this, absolutely, get a feel for how it's all going to come together, but then when your product arrives, you'll be able to come back and watch it in real time as well and do the craft along then. So it's never too late. And what we always try and do is repeat an equally fabulous offer when we bring you the craft along. And with craft alongs, we're going to plan to do these for every single launch that we do here on Crafters TV. So you know that if you buy in the launch, you're going to be able to craft along with us at a later date, which is fantastic. Now, the details are there on your screen. I know most of you have already got your collection, you're set to go, but if you did need to get hold of them, maybe you didn't get the full collection, details are here on your screen. Now, what you've got in here is you've got the triple easel, hearts, books, flowers, circles, the hexagons, and the frames are all coming to you in there, which is absolutely fantastic. And then what you've got are 2 paper pads in there as well. So you've got the quintessentially English and also the full Blooms paper pad too. £80 or $96 if you are a Club Inspire Platinum member, which is just over half price for Platinum members in the US. And actually just over half price in the UK as well. So although this is a new launch, you have got an awesome deal on this, of course, as well. Now, you can get in touch with me in all the normal ways, and I think it's even more important that we stay in touch during these craft along shows than it is in any other of our shows, because if say maybe the demo is moving on a little bit too fast for you, just let us know. If it's a consensus that the demo is going too quickly, Craig, we'll slow it down, won't we? Alternatively,
absolutely.
If it's going too slow and the consensus is it's a bit slow, we could also speed it up as well.
100%, absolutely, yeah. As you say, nothing more I can say as to what you just said, Joe. Absolutely, that's the joyous thing we're having the craft along.
Absolutely, and if you miss any element as well, Craig will recap as much as possible at the end of each step, all the steps that happened in that segment. We will take regular breaks and pauses from the craft along as well, and that means that for those of you who do craft at a slightly slower pace than the rest of us, that's fine. You've got a chance to catch up. I'll try and crack a few jokes, Craig. We'll do a bit of see what everyone's gossiping along with. Loads of you already in and waiting to go. What we're obviously just going to do is just taking a moment just to let some of you that are maybe just still gathering those bits up together. You've got about 5 minutes or so before we get started, so make sure you get everything that you need ready. Dale saying good morning from Tom's River, New Jersey. Kathleen is saying hi. Kathleen's got a fabulous surname, Kathleen Carpaccion. Ooh, sounds like a carpaccio, nice. But a carpaccion.
Yeah.
How delicious. Good morning from sunny Florida. Sarah Brown's here. She says hello to all of Crafty TV and everyone behind the scenes. Jill's in from North Yorkshire. Why, hello, Jill. Hello. Sharon Slatter. Craig got that reference. He knows the reference. Just for you, that one, Craig. Sharon Slatter says, good afternoon from Dartford in Kent. I used to live just over the bridge from Dartford in Grays, which is like by the Dartford Bridge, just over the other side. I don't know what side I was on, obviously. Dale saying hi. Dale thinks I need to get involved. Maddie thinks I should also be getting involved as well. I did say I'd get involved with the pop-out numbers one that I'm doing with Leanne on the 19th of this month, I think it is. So maybe I'll get involved then and have a little go. I don't know if I should be let loose an electronic machine, though. Maybe I could get a MIDI or something.
Maybe.
Yes, I think that would work. Now, the other great thing about having a craft on is that we have you guys comment along with us, but what we also have is we welcome one of our fabulous Crafters TV viewers into the studio with us today. And this craft along, we're joined by the lovely Jo. Jo, how are you? Excited for this craft along?
I am, yeah, I'm really excited.
Awesome. Yeah. I'm so glad to hear that. You've got all your stuff there ready to go?
Ready to go, poised.
Awesome. Poised. Jill is, Jo, sorry, she is ready. She's going to go in. I'm looking forward to it. For anyone that doesn't know you, Jo, whereabouts are you? How long have you been crafting for?
I live in Dewsbury, West Yorkshire, but I'm originally from Lancashire.
Ah, fabulous.
I've been crafting this time for about 12 months, just at the start of the lockdown, really, but I've crafted previously. I'm an all or nothing girl, so I go all at it, and then I might have a break for a few years, but now I'm back.
Oh, that's so lovely. So lovely that you've picked it up again during the pandemic. I bet it's been cold and you've had a lot of snow there, haven't you, in Dewsbury?
It has been, yeah. It's been worse here than Manchester when I've been going over to work.
Yeah, fabulous. Whereabouts in Manchester do you work?
I work in the city centre. I run a team of lift engineers that cover the city centre.
Oh, so Jill basically works in the city centre. I live in the city centre. I mean, the chance of Jill bumping into me on the marina with a coffee. Sorry, Jo, why do I keep calling you Jill? It's because you're both called Jo, so it doesn't sound right that it should be Jo. So, I am sorry, Jo, you'll have to forgive me. The chances of us bumping into each other, I think, are quite high, Jo. Right, I'm embarrassed now, so I'm going to go for a moment, okay? And what we're going to do, Jo, is we'll check in with you after each section. Honestly, getting someone's name wrong is like the worst thing. It is the ultimate sin, isn't it, Craig, in TV? Having the same name does not help. Really doesn't help. I'm still getting it wrong.
Doesn't help whatsoever.
Jo. It's in Jo, I promise. So bad. Rose says, I can't wait for Valentine's Day. We have a tradition that we started with my boys when they were young. We have chocolate fondue with fruit and cake for dipping. When they're little, they called it fondue. I love that. Chocolate fondue. I was looking today to see what the name for Valentine's Day was in Germany, Craig, because I thought it was, I thought it'd be something really different. It's called Valentine's Stag. Pretty much the same, just Valentine's Day. So there we are. Right. It's still very, very busy. There are loads of wonderful things you do. I've got to show you, Craig. You've got to give it to me. You've got to give it to me first and just show me what you've done. Look what Craig's done, Joe. He's given me a lovely... Do you know what they call this in TV world? This is called an idiot board. This is what it's called. And it's for idiots that can't remember people's names and they stick it on the camera so I don't call you anything else. Craig's always got our back, you see here. Thank you for that, Craig. I do require an idiot board, and now hopefully I won't get it wrong. I feel like I've been publicly shaming myself. Sue says, hi all, I hope my husband has noted that I would like these dies for my birthday. Sue's husband, you know what you need to do, which is fantastic. Now, I believe most of you are kind of set and ready, so let me know if you are ready to go here as well. Do you want to inspire us with a few samples before we get going, Craig? Is that all right? Have you got a few to hand? Because I've got a couple here. I know you've got some gorgeous ones over there as well. So maybe we can have a little look at those before we get going, if that's all right.
100% we can do. So this is one, if we have time at the end, I'm going to show you how we can use this one using the storybook. I think, Joe, out of all of them, the storybook's been the favourite.
Yeah, it's great, isn't it?
Absolutely adored this one because there's so many avenues you can take this down, whether it is obviously old and vintage, or maybe you want to go magical with things like your princesses or even your princes, anything magical like that. But then what we can do is then bringing in some of the cardstock that we've also got on the show as well, the pattern cardstock, but seeing how different it can look by changing the colour. So whether you're going very old style with obviously your navy blues and ivories, or going very autumn colours that you can see here. So that's just a couple of ideas that you can be doing when it comes to these ones anyway. But have you got a couple other, did you say?
Yeah, I've got a couple of it. Well, just going to show you two of my favourite ones.
Yeah.
I've got this one here, which is from the Nature's Garden Woodland collection, I think, which is absolutely awesome. I love that. And also, we've got this one here as well, which is the Memories one. Both of these I think are absolutely awesome. So you can see that gorgeous woodland animal one there, which is wonderful, and this Memories one here. What I would love you to do as well is, if you've bought these and you've got them home and you're already crafting with them and doing loads of lovely things with them, please send me your pictures. I'd love to see them. It would be lovely to share them. It would be lovely to share lots of pictures through the craft along, and then maybe we could show them all at the end as well, just to get everyone really inspired. studio@crafterscompanion.co.uk is where you need to send those in to me if you would like me to share them with you. Peg says as well, Craig, I didn't get a card in the mail in time to get it from the States to Crafters Companion, but will you be my Valentine?
Of course I will.
There you go.
Of course I will.
There you are, Peg. See it as done. Right, Craig, I'm looking in the comments and I'm seeing that I think everyone's kind of ready to go. Everyone's like a coiled spring. As I said, any issues that you have as we go through, anything you need repeating or clarifying, then I am here for you guys. So let me know. Crafters TV over on Facebook, of course, Crafters Companion across on YouTube. But for now, Craig, I think it's time to take it away.
I think we will. And then just to reiterate what you said, Joe, as well, if you do see any, feel free to just jump in as well while I'm carrying on and we can stop to answer any of them. First of all, what I'm going to do as well, if you've seen the morning show, Wake Up Call, you've seen I treated myself to the Gemini Junior plates, but look what I've just treated myself to. It's some new large plates here, because I know that we've got these on the Get It, Got It Good, so I thought I'm taking the opportunity to get some new ones. So these are mine. They're going to stay, well, they're not going to stay nice and crisp and clean, but they're mine anyway. So we've got these ones here. So what we're going to do is we're going to bring in our first plate here. Cutting into the first time, isn't it? It's like, oh, I don't want to do it, but you know what? Needs to be done. I've got my main plate, so let's pop that to the side for the time being. But what I'm going to do is, using the neutral tones of the 12 by 12, I'm going to take one of these sheets just now. If you've got the A4 matte black cardstock, that'll absolutely work as well. These are just a bit of a guide for you if you want to follow exactly as to what I'm doing. So what I'm going to do is, if I bring in my large guillotine, now at home you can be doing folding to save on your cardstock, but let's just make it very, very easy. So what I'm going to do with this one, Joe, is because it's 12 by 12, I'm going to fold this in half. So I'm keeping it very, very simple for this craft along. So folding it in half, so it's 6 inches, and then we're going to fold. And then what I can do is, if I bring in the burnishing tool that comes with it, I'm going to give that a good burnish. Then what we can do is we can bring in our hearts. So what we need for this one here is we need the largest heart. Then what we're going to do is we're then going to come in. So this next one here, that's going to be for my matten layer. So then my third one in, that's going to be my medium nest and die. So then the next one in is going to be the matten layer for that. So we're going to come into the second last one. So these three are what's going to create kind of like the concept of your stacked easel. So what we can do is I've got the fold along the top of my cardstock here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in my die. So we've got the heart, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep pushing and keep pushing until it comes over the edge of that fold. So even the little point of the heart, that is actually beyond the fold. So there's maybe about...
The die in its entirety, Craig, I was going to ask you, how far over the edge is it? Maybe a centimetre over the edge?
Yeah, about a centimetre, maybe what, about 1/4 of an inch, maybe. It's just enough so that the actual point of the heart is not contacting the actual seam of the card. And then what we're going to do is I'm going to bring in my low tack tape, and then we can secure this one in. And then I'm going to tape this on. Now this is what I mean, Joe, is obviously this won't go to waste because I'll use this again later on. But if you're at home more frugal and at time, you're going to then maybe be able to use smaller bits of card. But I just wanted to do it this way to show. So then what we're going to do is we're going to do exactly the same with the medium heart. So I'm going to push it up, and I'm just making sure that we've got the tip of that centre of the heart over our card. And then we're going to secure that one as well. And then we might, I don't think we'll quite get that. That one won't fit, so we'll come back to that one. So what we can do is I'm going to bring this one in here. And then what I can do is let's bring in our plastic. We're going to bring in our magnetic. And then what we're going to do is we're going to bring in our top cutting plate. That's then going to go through the Gemini. So if you're doing these individually, they're going to go through the junior and they're going to go through the midi. Actually, even doing these two, these will go through the actual junior as well. But the reason I brought in the large Gemini is so we can do more layers. But if we bring this one in, so if we remove this one out the way, so carefully taking that out, so we can see we've started to create our own hinge at the top of that heart. And although you can't see the top of the heart, don't worry, that's normal, that's what's meant to happen. So I'm going to take this one out. So that's us got these two. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move that one out the way. I'm going to do it once more using another bit of our cardstock. So let's bring this one in. And then what we can do, so that we're not wasting lots of it, I'm going to see how we've got the heart, width of the heart, which is just over the 3 inches. So let's cut. So we're going to cut down at 3.5 inches. And then what we can do is the actual heart from top to bottom is 2 3/4. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in the edge of my card and I'm going to put it to the end of the guillotine, basically creating my own card blank. So what I'm doing is I'm going to score at 3 1/4. That's just going to give me enough cardstock. So if I move that one out the way, so then what we can do is we can see how that's given me enough cardstock to create my smaller one. What we can do, you can leave it on or you can just chop that excess off. So let's pop this one into place. And then we are going to run that one through. So if I bring this one in, flipping, rotating my plates, and bringing that one in. So that cardstock that I'd done beforehand, if I trimmed some of this excess away, I would have got all 3 done at once.
Okay.
But we're popping that one in. I'm going to pause it once it's cut, and then we're going to reverse. Because those same 3 dies that I've used, the large, the medium, and also the small one, what I need to do is I need to cut out a full heart of each of those. So what I mean by that is what I'll show you in a second. So that's us got our 3 hearts now. So we've got our largest one, we've got our medium one, and then we've also got the smallest one. So that's those 3. Then taking those exact same dies. So we've got the small, we've got the medium, and then we've also got the large one. Let's bring in some more of that black card. So I'm using the remainder of what I've just used a moment ago.
And the black card, where is the black card from, Craig, that you used?
So that black card's from our 12 by 12 neutral tones.
Awesome.
So
Brilliant.
I've taken it from there. If you want to use your matte black cardstock, you
You'd
can
be able to do that, awesome.
The reason I just thought I would use the 12 by 12, Joe, is because I did think about doing the matte black card, but I thought instead of having 12 by 12 cardstock, you know, for the red, for the neutrals,
Yeah.
instead of having a 12 by 12 for that, and then the A4 of the matte black, I thought if we just bring in the full range of the 12 by 12, and because you're putting layer upon layer, each of those hearts, these are going to be substantial enough to create that easel, that card blank, so you don't need to worry about that, because it is thinner than black matte card, but because it's me, so we're going to put multiple layers on, of course. So this now gives us our 3 hearts. So carefully taking that one off.
Oh, a black heart, Craig.
Black heart.
Like mine.
Don't
Stone
be
cold.
silly. Don't be silly. If anyone doesn't have a black heart, it's you.
Ah, thank you.
Not at all. Not at all. So then what we can do is I'm going to still use my guillotine. You might want to use your scoreboard. I'm going to use the guillotine because I've got it here. So what we want to do is very roughly, you don't need to be exact, but from the point of the heart and the fold, we need to score round about halfway. So let's just double check. So that's roughly 3.5 inches. So let's do 1. So now because what I'm going to do is I'm going to lift the arm and I'm going to put the fold at the end there and making sure that it's all nice and secure. So we're going to go at the 1.5. Not 1.5, 1 3/4. So we're going to bring that one in there. And then what we can do is if we fold that one over, so where we've got the score line, we're going to fold that one over. Going to do this next one here, so I'm going to do it on the reverse side. So this bit here, so what I'm going to do is if you don't want to do it at that side, but you want to do it using one of these score lines, I'm going to match it up to one of these lines, which is the 5-inch mark. And again, Joe, it's just roughly halfway. Doesn't need to be exact. So we'll do that one. We'll do this last one, Joe, and then we will stick each panel together. And then I think if we come back to you, and then I can get reset for the next bit.
Awesome.
So let's pop this one here. So this now gives us...
Just recapping that little step there, Craig.
Yeah.
So it's half of one side that you score. So
Just
the
the one
halfway
side.
mark on one of the panels that are connected.
Absolutely.
Fantastic.
So you're going to be left with the base. So we'll see this just in a moment. So we're going to be left with the base. And then what you'll be able to see is, we'll be able to see how we're going to be left with the easel. So we've got the base.
Awesome.
And then we've got that easel. So if I turn it that way, I know obviously at the moment because it's black.
Yeah. So it should look a little bit like an envelope, really,
Should
like an
do.
envelope fold.
Yeah, should do.
Brilliant.
So that's...
I've just got visions of some people maybe having I know what I would maybe do if I was doing it, and I'd end up with the wrong bit folded. I'd end up with
Right,
a double point and not a single point. So it's a single point that you're looking for.
It is, yeah.
Fantastic.
Single point that you're looking for. And then throughout all of this, what I'm going to use, Joe, is my tacky glue. Because we're going to be using our glitter card, I just thought instead of going between tape and tape runner and glue, we'll just stick with the tacky glue throughout. So on this point here, this 1/2 of the heart, what we're going to do is we're going to pop some of our tacky glue on. So we're going to pop that one on there. I'm going to spread that out. I'm going to leave that a second just to get tacky. And what I can do is I can do the same on the medium one. So spreading that one out. And then we're going to do exactly the same on this one. And then what we can do is let's come back. So bringing in the point of our heart, we're going to match this one up. So if I pop that one over the top, and I'm going to press. So pressing that, and I'm just going to let that adhere to each other. So set that one to the side. We're going to do exactly the same with this one. So just matching point to point, and we're going to press. And then that's just going to adhere. And then what we can do is we can do this last one. Pop that one over the top. Basically, what it's going to look like is once we folded that over, it's going to look like one heart. Basically going to look like one heart. But what will happen is when you open it up, you're going to get the easel effect. So you're going to be able to see how we're getting that easel card. So there's the back of it, and then there is the front. So we can see that's how it's looking. So that's the large one. That is the medium one, and then we've got exactly the same, but in the small one. And then that's where I'm going to stop at that moment in time, and then I'm going to come back to you, Joe.
Awesome, brilliant. We'll give it a second then before you just recap what you've done in that section
Absolutely.
there, Craig, if that's all right with you. I'd like to know, there's very little chatting going on social media, both across on Crafters Companion on YouTube and on Crafters TV on Facebook. I mean, there's tumbleweeds blowing through, which I love, because what that tells me is that all of you guys that are watching, the hundreds that are watching right now, are deep in craft. I love the idea, Craig, that's all the community are all crafting and doing the same thing at the same time, which is exciting, isn't it?
It really is.
Kate says, I love these shows, and it's absolutely, I love watching them. Glad my husband's working. My Chihuahua, Monty, is watching with me. Katie, if you have got time, we would love to see a picture of Monty watching Crafters TV. We love when pets get involved in the crafting here at Crafters TV, and you can send me that picture by emailing it to studio@crafterscompanion.co.uk. Details there along the bottom of your screen. Treasure Hunt says, Valentine's Day is my birthday, and my wonderful husband always makes me a homemade heart-shaped card. That is really gorgeous. That's love, that is, you know, Craig.
That is what you call love.
It really, really is. What I was going to do is, whilst we're just waiting for you guys to catch up, we'll give you some of you an opportunity just to get caught up. I was just going to share with you all the fabulous things that are happening over the next couple of days here at Crafters TV. So today, obviously, we're doing the Craft Along now. 4 p.m. today in the UK, which is 11 a.m. East Coast time. We have, don't forget, an amazing cartload show with myself and Leanne, so make sure you join us both for that. Then, of course, later at 7 p.m. UK time, 2 p.m. Eastern time, there'll be another chance to see Craft Vault. A lot of those things were on the verge of selling out, so do check that out. And then tomorrow, myself and Craig will be here with you for Craft Vault, which will be awesome. And then I'll be here with a launch day with the wonderful Sarah on some gorgeous new creator card dies that you guys loved when you saw them in the preview the other day. And then also, myself and Craig have got a Colour Me Happy with all things metallic. Craig, that's going to be fun, isn't it?
We do, yeah. It's not often that I'm on for a Colour Me Happy, but yeah, we're going to go all metallic. So ink pads, pen, pots. It's going to be a lot of fun. Going to go all sparkly metallic-y. Can't wait for that one.
Yeah, it's going to be absolutely brilliant. And then another chance to see Craft Vault with myself and Craig at 7 p.m. tomorrow. Right, we're going to go back to Jo in West Yorkshire and see how she is faring. Jo, how are you getting along?
I'm so far up to speed. So I've got my three easels ready.
I love it, Jo.
Excellent.
Absolutely nailed it. Any elements of it that you found a little bit tricky, or you found a bit more difficult, or was it all pretty tickety-boo?
No, I've made a few of the easels, you know, a bit of practice so I don't look a fool. So far so good.
Awesome. Okay. Well, we are going to let you get yourself ready for the next section of the craft along. I'm glad to know that you are nailing it thus far, Jo. It's absolutely awesome. Loads of you commenting away. What seems to be happening is it seems to be about a 70-30 split, Craig. 70% of our viewers love to watch and craft with us at the same time. Patty, for instance, so there's no right or wrong way. She likes to watch the whole of the craft along first. Then at the end of the day, she likes to then come back, get it out, and then start it again, and then go through it in real time. Absolutely. Pam says, and you'll love this one, Craig. Craig, the lovely PPE Pam in Berkshire says, Craig, the card you made on your Facebook last night, then the big question is, who will you be sending it to?
Johnny's just said, God, you're getting hammered for Valentine's Day, aren't you? Absolutely am, yes. It goes into my drawer for future samples that I need for the show.
Nothing, Pam. We're getting nothing out of him. Nothing at all. Mary says that I love the craft along last night. Facebook Live was also awesome, she says as well. I think you're just going to have to make something really elaborate and like fun up, Craig. You know, that, I don't know. We'll work on it. I mean, because it's going to, just, you know, never let the truth get in the way of a good story. That's what I say. That's true. There you go. We need to maybe work on that. Right, judging by the comments, Craig, I'm thinking everyone is kind of up to speed. I haven't seen any comments for anyone asking for anything to be repeating or slowed down or sped up. So I think we're pretty much good to go.
Fab. let's go for it then. Let's move on to the next bit. So we've already done our heart easels. So we've got the 3 of them here. So this is now what we're going to do is we're going to move down into the next layer. But what we'll do is we're going to cut into glitter cards. So we'll start to die cut a few different components that we'll use later on. So what we're going to do is let's take the large heart. So we need the next size down for our next layer, and then exactly the same for the medium. So we're going to take the next size down that we've used for that one, and then for the heart we need the next size down for that one. What we can do as well, because we're going to cut into glitter card, let's do a few other layers at the same time. So on the same die set you've got the die cut word that says love, so take the outside, so we're going to die cut that one as well, and then bring in your Flutterby butterfly and bringing in the outside of the die. So we're going to use this one. That can go into the gold glitter as well. And then what we'll also do at the moment is let's bring in this additional heart. So you've got 2, you've got a really small, and you've also got this next size up. We're wanting that one. So all of these just now, we're going to cut within our glitter card. I keep calling it gold, Joe, because it looks just like gold. It is called ivory on the name of the glitter card. So what we can do is let's bring our plates back in, but because we're cutting into glitter card, what we're going to do is we're going to put in our metal shim, just to make it that a little bit easier. And we can move these ones out the way, bringing in our glitter card. So we can pop our large one, we can pop our medium one, and then we can pop our small one. We can pop these on as well. And let's just fill a little bit of space. So we can pop these ones on, and then I'm going to bring in my low-tack tape just to secure them down. Because it's shedless glitter card, it still makes it that little bit more slippery. So always just tape them down to be extra secure, and we are good to go there. Then there's the rest of the same plate configuration, plastic, magnetic, top cutting plate. Square that one up, and then we're going to run that one through. The good thing with these, Joe, is even if you want to do them individually, of course we're using the large daddy Gemini, but they're going to go through the midi Gemini. Some of these really small ones will go through the Go as well as the mini. So you can have a bit of fun as to what ones you're going to create, what size you're wanting to create. It's up to yourself. So let's take these ones away now. So there is our hearts. So we've got this one, and then this one. So let's pop these elements out. So we don't need this one just yet, we don't need this one just yet, and we don't need this one just yet. So let's set these ones to the side. Then what we can do is we can then bring our plates back. So I need my main cutting plate, which is here. So if we bring our large one in, and then we're going to see how that one just sits nicely on the top.
Beautiful colour combo.
Really nice, isn't it? Really nice. As I say it time and time again, please don't be afraid to use black. So what we're then going to do as well is we now need to cut another matting layer, but in red. So let's bring in all our dies back. Because you'll have already used all of these heart dies, what you just need to do, get them to the side of you, and then what you can do is just pick out the one that you need. So we've got our gold. So my next layer down, I need to do it in red. So let's see, there we go. That's my next size down. So that one's going to be in red. Then we're going to go into the medium one. So there is our gold. And then we need to bring our next one down, which is this one. So that one is going to be in red. Move that one out of the way. And then bring this one in. There's our gold. And then we now need, so that one is exactly the same. Oh, I know we need to do something slightly different with that one. This next one, what we're going to do is we're going to bring in this detail die. So you've got that crisscross on it. But what it is, Joe, is there's no outside cutting edge. So therefore, that's going to stay within your cardstock. So what we need to do is, although that is the same size, we still need to use that one. It's going to cut it out. And what you're going to do is you're going to see the gold just flickering through. And it's really, really nice effect. So that's going to be in red. Then, what we also need in red, if we come back to our die set, so we're going to use the word love that's got in the die, so we're going to use this one here. So that needs to be in red, that you can see here. And then we also need this tiny, tiny little heart as well. That needs to be in red. And then we're going to go into our butterfly. And this one needs to be red as well. So doing each of the components each time. So what I can do is let's trim down this cardstock just so it's going to go onto our platform. So popping them in. And you'll see, I said this when it launched, Joe, and I'll say it again because it's not a bad thing. It's very repetitive, this. But it makes it easier. And then after a while, it makes it quicker as well. And then you can really start to actually craft out lots of different looks, lots of different ways, but even lots of different colorways as well. And that's what makes them fun when you get to the decorating part a lot quicker. So popping all these layers on. So we're then going to tape them down. So if we pop these ones on into place, we're going to bring our tape in. And then what we can do is layer them up. And I'm using the big Gemini Joe.
Maybe that's my number, right? My number. What is wrong? Maybe that's my nickname. We were talking about one yesterday. We were saying Jolly Joe, which didn't quite sit, but maybe Gemini Joe is
Gemini Joe. I like that.
Sounds a bit like G.I. Joe as well, doesn't it?
Joe, Gemini Joe. Right, that's good. It's really good. So although I'm using the large Gemini, you can see so many of these layers are going on at once. But can you imagine, say you were doing a few of them in a few different sizes, can you imagine how many you would be able to fit on if you're doing your Pro? If you're using it on the Pro, you would get loads done. But as it is, by using the large plates and the large Gemini, we're still equally getting lots done.
Yolanda says she didn't buy the set when it was on HSN, Craig, because she thought that it looked complicated. But she's reconsidering now because I think seeing it all crafted in real time shows you that actually, you know, it is nowhere near as complicated. If you did want to get hold of the collection today, it's all available individually or as a big collection. If you are building your own bundle, then feel free to because it is, as I say, all available individually. I'll take you through all of that after Craig's craft along. Don't worry, you won't miss out on the opportunity to be able to stock up on this collection as well.
Fabulous. So what I'm then going to do, let's pop all these ones out. So this is where you'll start to see now that these are going to start to layer up. So we're going to bring these ones in here. So let's pop these side by side. So that can go on all the way around. And then this one here. So just matching them up. So this is where, if we take this one out, I love that effect. Love that effect there. And then what happens is we pop that over the gold. It's a perfect fit, but what happens is you get that gold just flickering all the way through. All the way through. You can see just here how that works. So what we're then going to do is if we start to then take out all of these bits here. So we're then going to pop these ones out. Let's bring in our pokey tool and just taking them out. There we go, it's falling out just beautifully. So we've got these ones. So there's the love. The love. Taking out the heart. Even just using these on their own, Joe. Yeah. You know, if you just want to use them as little accents, then you can do. But what they're going to do is they're going to act as a stopper.
The little sentiments, you use those with loads of different things. They'll work with pretty much any collection, I'm guessing. I love you get the little matte layer for them as well. I think it really finishes them off nicely.
It does. Always works well when you get a matte layer for your sentiments or even the backdrops. So it works really well. But what we could do is let's take all these bits out. So if we take these ones out here, this is then going to be for, of course, the butterfly. Peel that one out carefully. And I just love the look of the gold and the red together. I just think it looks so sophisticated. And then add in the gold, or add in the black even, on the backdrop finishes it off. So there's our butterfly now. So we can pop all these bits to the side for the time being. But we're not finished with the layers. This is what I mean by there's a lot of repetitiveness within them, but it just enables you to get to that decorating a lot quicker. So let's bring back these ones. So this is what we've just done a moment ago, because what we need to do is we need to decorate the insert as well. So we've got to pop our bit of red into the middle. So we're going to use this one here for the large one, because I don't want to have it so that it's completely the same size. It's still going to give us our little matten layer that you can see here. So this is the same size as to what we used with that red one. So we're going to take this one we are going to take this one again and we're going to take this outline. So basically the 3 that we just used, we're taking these ones there. So let's take these little bits off and then we're going to pop this one to here. So if I then pop my dies on, let's see if I can get all these on, which I should do. So let's pop that one there. So let's just secure them and then secure this one.
Dale Hill says, Gemini Joe and the Pokey Tools. Like the alternative Diana Ross and the Supremes. I love that I'm Diana Ross in this setup. I'm happy with that. I don't know how Ben will feel about that or Craig, but I'm happy to be the Diana Ross of the group. The
Absolutely.
Beyonce Knowles of the group.
Absolutely, that'd be good.
I think I'm punching a bit, Craig, if I'm honest.
Can you not sing?
No, absolutely not. Craig, Ben is the singer of the 3 of us. He's the only one in the Pokey Tools that can sing, a bit like Mel B.
Oh. I definitely can't sing. I wouldn't even attempt to, Joe. Can't do it. So what we're going to do at this bit, these hearts that we've cut, so we've done the gold and we've done the red, we need to do these another 2 times because we've got 3 easels, so we need 3 stoppers. So while I'm cutting this one, let's cut another one of the gold and obviously a small one here in the red. And I'm not too concerned. This is just one little die, so I'm not worried about putting my metal plate in because I'm more than comfortable that this is going to cut without the metal plate. No problem at all. So let's bring in our plate combination. Plastic, magnetic.
Do you need to be careful about cutting different materials at the same time, Craig? Like if you've got a little bit of like very, very thick cardstock next to, if you're doing a couple of layers of glitter card right next to a piece of 180 GSM paper, do you need to be careful about making sure the textures are similar?
When you say careful, you don't need to be careful in the fact it would damage it, because anything that the Gemini doesn't like, if it's too thick, it just pauses and then spits it back out again. I would, of course, just to prolong, obviously, your Gemini, make sure that it works the absolute best it can at all times. You know, as you just said, I wouldn't put a thick bit of mount board on the same one as, really thin, vellum or something like that. It's just not something I would do. But even if, they are just a little bit of difference in thickness, 150 against, I don't know, 220 or that, yeah, I would run it through. I would always do things like fabric and cardstock different. You can do them together, but just as a personal preference, for all the time that it takes, I'll just do them separately. So you don't need to watch too much. Always remember, if the Gemini doesn't like it, I'll just spit it back out and say, nope, don't want it. So you can just reset your plates. So here we go. So here is this one here. So we've got our heart, we've got our medium heart. So if we then take that one out, we've got our smaller heart, we've got a tiny, tiny little diddy heart, and then this one here, that's it, cut, no problem at all. So that's all our layers. And then before we assemble this one, Joe, all that I need to do, just one more time, just while we're here, let's cut another 1 stopper. And then what we can do is, if we come back to you, I can tidy up and then we can start to assemble it together.
Okay,
if that's
do you want to
all right?
just quickly recap what you did there in that section, Craig?
I will do. So what I have done, so let's take the largest heart, for example. So we've got our heart. So the next size down, what we've done is we cut that in our gold glitter card. Then the next size down, we have cut that into the red cardstock. We've done 2 in the red, because one of them's going to act as our base.
Okay.
What we've also done in the red is the detail of the butterfly. We've done the love that you can see here, and we've done 2 of the really, really small hearts. But just before we go back to you in a moment, we're away to cut a 3rd one.
Awesome.
Also, when it comes to the gold glitter card, we've done the same with the medium heart, and we've die cut it the next size down. But what we've done is we've cut the base of the butterfly, the base of the love and gold glitter, and then 2 of these slightly larger hearts. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut 1 more in that one. We are going to cut 1 more in this really, really small one. So let's pop that one on. And then what we're going to do while we're here and while we're cutting, to save us a little bit of time later, Joe, we are going to then bring in the body of our butterfly, which is this little bit here. We're going to bring in a tiny bit of black cardstock that we've got left over, and we're going to snip that one on, secure that one, run this one through, and then that should be, I think, that should be all our components all cut, so that when we come back to me just in a short while, we'll be ready to just assemble all these bits together.
Awesome. Well, let's take a pause there then, if that's okay. Let me know how you're getting on, guys. Is there anything you missed, anything you need recapping? Do we need to speed up, slow down? You let me know. You guys are in control, which is fantastic. Now, I'm speaking to a lot of you over on our social media that's saying, do you know what, I saw this demonstrated before on HSN, and I thought maybe it was a little bit complicated, but actually, now I'm seeing it demonstrated, I can see that it's something that I really want to get involved in. So what I'm going to share with you is exactly what we have on the show for you today. We've tried to replicate very closely the launch deal that we did. I'm going to share with you the boards which have on them all the different shapes. Now, obviously, each shape then can be made up into so many different styles of these. It's pretty much like infinite there must be hundreds of thousands of possible combinations when it comes to putting these together. They are awesome. So I'm going to run through the basic shapes that you're going to receive in here. So you're going to get the ornate frames, which is this one just here. You're also going to receive the triple easel hexagons. You're going to get the circles in here. You've got the flowers, the books, and also the hearts as well, which is fantastic. So all of those coming your way included there in this collection, which is brilliant. If you did want to cherry pick, absolutely, you are more than welcome to. The best way to get the best value is always to get the larger collection. However, they're $19.99 or $24.95 each. Now, what you do is basically, when you buy the whole collection, you get the 2 paper pads, totally free of charge, which is awesome, worth nearly $40, and you get an extra 15% off of the dies themselves. So I think if you can stretch to it, going for the larger collection is definitely where the value is at. Now, they aren't just paper pads. What you've also got in here is you've got 4 sheets of toppers in here as well. So you've got all your different toppers, and you've got 40 sheets total. Love all these banners that you're able to pop out. These work great as stoppers on your easel as well. Really lovely colour tones in this one. I love that foiling. Check that out. How awesome is that? Really is gorgeous, isn't it? And then what you've got is you've got some florals in here. If you love fussy cutting, you're going to absolutely adore this. Again, love that foiling there on the roses. Very subtle, but very classy. Some backgrounds in here for you as well. Love these as well. Again, just different sections of it foiled. And I love this sort of hexagon, sort of honeycomb around there. It's a really gorgeous big frame, that one. Really lovely. Now, that's not all you're getting. You're also going to get as well the quintessentially English. You're getting both in here. You don't need to choose, which is fantastic. So you've then got this one. So this one, again, all of these stoppers are designed, all these toppers are designed. See how they really easily pop out? They're all designed to be like stoppers on your easel, which is what you're going to need lots of. You've then got banners. I love that one with the watering can. Oh, you okay over there? Yeah, I'm okay. Okay, brilliant. Just checking. I sound like you'd hurt yourself for a second. You've then got here as well all of that lovely foiling. It's okay, people, it's okay. And you've then, I love this. This looks like a really awesome, like a wallpaper almost, isn't it? Just beautiful. And then again, lots of lovely floral tones. It's very sort of secret garden and manor house, isn't it? And then, shiny schmetterlings, love those ones. And again, all of those gorgeous designs in there, which is fantastic. You're getting both of them. You're getting 40 sheets in the quintessential English. You're getting 40 sheets in the full bloom as well. It's £100 or $120. If you are in the UK, it's £80 as a platinum member. That saves you £73 based on buying the individual item. So it's almost half price. $96 in the US as a platinum member saves you $93. So again, almost half price compared to buying the individual items. Right. We're going to go back to Jo in her very tidy looking craft room, may I say. It looks very well organised there behind you, Jo. Is that the case, or is there like hidden chaos just below this shot?
Maybe to the right of me there might be a bit of hidden chaos. The rest of it is pretty organised because I also work from this room. So
Fair enough, good to know. How are you getting on? Are you keeping up? Are you doing all right?
It felt a little bit frantic towards the end of that one, making sure I'd got everything, but I'm just looking around and think, I think I've got all my components.
Oh, awesome. Joe, I'm so excited to see what you've managed to come up with as we craft along. I'm going to leave you be. I'm not going to... I think sometimes it can feel like sabotage me checking in on you all the time. So I'm going to let you get back to it, which is fantastic. Let's go and have a look what everyone is up to. Anne she missed, Craig, where the butterfly came from.
So the butterfly originally come from the Gemini Go die range when the Gemini Go came out.
Awesome, fantastic. If you didn't have that particular butterfly, then we did see earlier, didn't we, that you could use another one.
Of course
easily.
you can.
Yeah.
Use whatever ones that you like, absolutely.
Brilliant. I hope that helps. And Carlene says, hi everyone, just popping in whilst working away. What I would love for you to do as well is at the end of this craft along, when you've created something, immediately snap a picture and send it in to us. It's really nice to see what everyone else has come up with. When you have done, you are done and you've done that, it's studio@craftscompanion.co.uk. If you've made lots of things already that you'd love to share with us in the show whilst we're doing the craft along, then please feel free to send those as well. studio@craftscompanion.co.uk. Which is absolutely awesome. Right, Sandra says, Joe, I only have the book, so I followed as best as I could with the nested hearts and then sort of winged it. Well, I'm looking forward to see how your sort of winging it comes out, Sandra. So we shall see. Oh, we've got a picture already from Sandra. We'll get that ready to show you in just a second. But yeah, I'm thinking, Craig, that as far as I can see, there's very few comments on social media, which is a very good thing during a craft along. It's exactly what we want, don't we? Total silence and focus on your craft along. So I think we're pretty much ready to crack on with the next section, if you are, Craig.
Okay, absolutely. Let's go for it. So what we can do is let's take our main hearts again. So we're taking the 3 main black hearts. So we've got the 3 of them here. We're also going to take 1 each of the red heart that we've cut, which is going to be the base. So what I'm also going to do is if we turn it over onto the back, or let's actually turn it on the inside. If you see, if we go to pop this heart in, can you see how you're just left with that little bit that overlaps onto the edge of your card? So what you can then do is you can pull it down just so that it fits. And although it's not 100% even, it still works really well. Gives you kind of that on-trend kind of look, you know, so you've got that narrowing towards the base and you've got that roundness to the sides. So what we can do is let's bring in our tacky glue again. So we're going to layer these ones on. So we're going to work our way round. So I'm just popping a little bit of the tacky glue, very, very little. I would usually use the tiny little applicator, but I don't know what I've done with mine. It's disappeared somewhere, so we'll need to find it again. So we're going to layer that one into the middle. So this is going to just decorate the inside as well as obviously having the outside decorated. Always nice to decorate the inside. So let's pop that one to the side. Let's go into the medium one, and we're going to do exactly the same. So we're going to layer the heart in using our tacky glue. So we're going to work our way in very, very little. See, even this amount that I'm putting on, Joe, that's even more than I actually need. So this is where if you do have your tiny little applicator, definitely worthwhile using that one. So you get very, very sparingly as to what you're using. So there's our medium, and then we can bring in our last one, which is our small one. Once again, bringing in our glue. And if you didn't catch what I was saying just before, the reason that I've decided to stick with the tacky glue is just so that we're not going between a tacky glue, a tape runner, a double-sided tape. I just thought what we would do is we'll just keep it all together and just use the one glue. So what we can do is I'm actually as well, can you see as well?
I mean, if you didn't have tacky glue, just for argument's sake, Craig, and you did have a tape pen or you had some all-purpose, is it going to do the same job for you?
Yeah, of course it is.
Brilliant.
Yep. It's just when it comes to the tacky glue, this is what you will need, or certainly a wet glue for our glitter card, but that's why I just thought we would just stick along. But you can, of course, use any of your adhesives. Now with this heart here, it overlaps slightly on the back of the easel. So there's the easel you can see from up above, but the heart overlaps slightly. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just trim the edge of that heart off, or at the top of the heart, and that's then going to enable your easel to sit nice, that we can see from above. So there is our 3 hearts, the bases of our 3 hearts done. Always as well taking or bone folder whenever you can. And the key to having them sitting right is just to make sure that they've got a good burnish on each of the areas. So burnish these ones, and then we can see, so we're starting to get our easel elements sitting together, like we can see. So then I'm going to do exactly the same by burnishing all of these ones. So following the score lines, either using a burnishing tool, bone folder, or using your bone folder that comes from your Ultimate Pro. Burnishing the edges, this one as well. So that's all three of them, so we can decorate the top now. So let's bring in our gold and our red.
Is it possible just to get a quick look at those from the side, Craig, just before we move on to decorating?
Oh, did you not catch them at the side there a minute ago?
Again, maybe see where those folds were, just in case anyone wants to see them from the side. So there you are, awesome.
There we go. So there we are. So we've got the fold. That's how it's going to look. Each of them, small, medium and large, that's how each of them is going to look there. So we've got a decorative panel at the base, you've got the fold at the back as well, and it just sits nicely. And obviously once we pop the stopper in, that's going to hold it into place.
Brilliant. Thank you for that, Craig.
You're very welcome. No problem at all. So we've got these ones here, so let's move them into place. So our glitter card, we're going to pop that onto our black layer with our tacky glue. So this one, we're going to pop over. So what I'm going to do is I'm setting that to the side for a moment just to let that get a bit tacky. We're going to do exactly the same with the middle one. And then we're going to do exactly the same with the last one. So popping that one on here. So what we can then do, going back into the large one now, and we're going to pop our glitter layer in place. So if we pop that one on, and we're going to hold that, just press it. And the good thing with the tacky glue being a wet glue is you can maneuver it if you want to. Although I use my tape runner or my double-sided tapes, the thing is, once it's actually in place, it's stuck, so you can't move it. So the tacky glue enables you to move it. So there's that one, so let's move that one to the side. Let's bring in the medium one, and we can pop that one into place. So popping that one in, securing that one into the middle, and I'm going to maneuver that if I need to. So we're going to press that into place, and then once I'm happy with that one, we can go into the last one, and we're going to do once again exactly the same. So popping that one on, securing it into place, and holding it. So we've now, so if I go to the side again, Joe, this is what we are looking at. So as it is before, but now you can see we've got the gold panel into there. So let's go back, and we're going to go into our red hearts here. So we've got the three of them. Now these two here, what we're going to do is we're going to lift them up onto foam pads. So I've got my foam pads here. So we're working our way in. I've got just our square ones. You might have bigger ones, you might have smaller ones. But we can pop this one on. And then we are popping it onto the glitter card. So we're going to use a bit of the tacky glue just to help adhere the foam tape onto the middle. So what we can do is if I just
this is your secret ploy for foam pad world domination, isn't it? By getting them in every craft along.
Oh, absolutely. I will get them in every single product or project that I do. You know, I will. I would say it's my aim or my mission. It's quite easy. I have no issue managing to get them in. I think because you're adding, the thing is with this one is you're getting that height with it because it is an easel effect. So if you don't want to put any extra height on, you don't have to, but you know, why not? You're getting the height anyway, let's add a little bit more. So what we're going to do is over time, because it's onto our shedless glitter card, you could potentially find that it starts to peel away. So I'm going to put tiny little dot of our tacky glue onto each foam pad. The foam pad enables the heart to stick instantly, and then the wet glue will then dry into the actual kind of like the granules as well as the fibre of the card, and it'll be nice and secure. So let's take this one, and we're going to do dot, 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 dot. I can get that going, there we go. Bring this one in as well. But when it comes to this final one, what we are going to do is we're not going to pop foam pads on because we've got a fine layer all the way around. So I am going to go round with my tacky glue. So if we work our way round, and then I'm kind of going to do a bit of a squiggle, Joe, just over the back. And you can either do what I showed you last week. You can either tap it onto the back of your hand or tap it onto your glass mat just to spread out that glue. Alternatively, if you do have a dotted tape runner, you could use that. But because we're going on a glitter card, I do suggest that you use the tacky glue just so that it's going to adhere. And we're going to lay that over the top and press. And then also, you know, if your skin is absolutely fine with the glue, then you get that fun part of peeling it off later on. You know, when you just sit and pick at the glue, the fun bit. So there is now our 3 stepped easels that we've got 1, 2, and then we've got 3. So decorating each of them to start with, and then what you can then do is start to position them. So this is where you can decide, do you want them in front of each other? Or do you want them, you know, side by side? Or maybe at a bit of an angle? So you can decide which ones that you want to do there. But what I want to do, Joe, is I'm quite conscious of the fact is that was kind of like quite a lot to take in that little bit. Are you all right if we come back to you?
Yes, absolutely.
Take a bit of a breather, let you finish off if you've got any bits to do, and then we can come back with the final bits of decoration.
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely. Not everyone's foam pad finger is as quick as yours, I think, is what we have deduced from these craft alongs, Craig. Pam says, if you missed most of the demo, just had our delivery from Morrison. So Bubbly and Valentine's meals arrived together with 2 bunches of roses. You can see who does the shopping in our house, not me. Neighbour came with a bunch of flowers out earlier as a thanks for crafting with his neighbour, who hasn't been coping very well. So we are awash with flowers, which is lovely. Wow, Pam, that sounds absolutely beautiful to me. Lorraine Campbell says, back to work for me, lunchtime is over. I'll catch up tonight in the comfort of my own home, although I do have a small craft stash at work for lunch and craft. Now, that sounds like an awesome, awesome thing. Susan's really enjoying the colour tones here. She loves the black with the red. Sandra says she can only do so much at once, Joe. So her limit is to craft and watch. The messaging has to stop during the craft along. It does. We love interaction here at Crafters TV, but Craft Along's like the one show where we don't get any, but that's awesome as well, because we know that you guys are all busy crafting along, which is fantastic. D. Moore says, a newbie who just loves my easels. Easy, quick and unique. Always surprises the receiver. Can't wait to try stacking. Do let us know how you get on, D. Moore Walker. We would love to know how you are faring. Now, talking about how our lovely crafters are faring, should we drop in and see how Joe's getting on? You're looking very relaxed there. You look like it's all nice and it looks very zen in your neat craft from Joe, may I say?
Oh, very chilled, very chilled. The pressure was on with the foam pads.
Right, okay. And how are we doing? Is your foam pad?
I'm done. I've got my...
Hey, fabulous.
And these ones are done. It was just, I can't keep up with Craig.
Do you use foam pads often?
Yeah, I do. I've probably a bit of both with the 3D glue gel and the foam pads. But, you know, I try to channel Craig, so it's all about the foam pad.
Awesome. Well, I'm glad you caught up, and we're nearly there, Joe. So, so far, so good. I'm pleased to hear. We'll let you get ready for that next step, which is awesome. Remember, if you want the collection, if you want to grab it, if you haven't got it before, then absolutely it is not too late. It's never too late when we do these craft alongs. You've got an awesome deal on that, which I'll take you back through in a little while. Well, no one's telling me that they're falling behind, Craig, in the comments. So I'm going to guess that is your green light to complete the last stage of this craft along.
I think so. I think we could go for it. Absolutely. Let's do that. And look what I found at the bottom of my tote bag as well. I found my little applicator as well. Typical. As we come to the end, I find it, don't we? So what we can do is let's bring our little bits of decoration in first, and we can assemble these ones. And then what we can do is we can put the extra finishing touches to the stopper. So we've got our butterfly, we've got the backdrop of our love. So we can see we've got these ones here. So let's take in our tacky glue, and we're going to work our way around. So I'm going to pop a glue all the way around. I'm just following it. And this is why you find it easier using the tacky glue than you do the larger bottle. So let's pop that one in. and then we're following the outline. And I just think that this outline die, Joe, as you were saying earlier on, it just works so well, doesn't it? Gives you that backdrop for the sentiment. So here we go. Popping that in and pressing. Now what we can do with the butterfly, you can do exactly the same if you want and have it so that the butterfly is completely flat onto the glitter card. But what I'm going to do is I like to have the wings so that they're, it's kind of like they're fluttering away. So we're going to pop some glue just into the body of the butterfly, and we're going to overlay that exactly over the top and press, and we're going to just slide that into position until we've got it. And then when I'm happy with that, we can put another little strip of our tacky glue. We can bring in the body of the butterfly and pop that one in. If you're new to our tacky glue, then don't worry about seeing any of the white glue because it all dries clear. You can tap away the excess. I'm not going to pull the wings too much at the moment because we still just need that to fully grab, but that gives you the idea from up above. Can you see how we've got the wings just fluttering away there?
Beautiful.
If you like to fussy cut, you could always put some vellum behind there and then snip all the way around if you like. So there is our butterfly. So let's bring in our heart easel dies. And this is where what we can do now is we can then determine whereabout do we want them. So do we want them kind of at an angle? Do we want them side by side? So I'm going to go what I done in my original one. So we're doing a little bit of a curvature. And then this is where, so what we're doing is the base, if you see the overlap just at the side here. So where my thumb is, that's where the overlap. So what I need to do is pop a little bit of glue into here. And literally that is all, Joe. You don't need much. With the glue,
are you going to like strengthen or reinforce the base, or is that enough just to keep it all together, Craig?
Nope, that's more than enough to keep it all together.
Okay.
Because you've got the black layer, you've got the red layer, and then we are going to be popping these on top, more than enough to create the strength within the base. If you want to come along and die cut more and stick them behind, you can do, but honestly, it's more than enough. Because you think as well, the glue, if you're using, for instance, even the all-purpose glue, that's going to give you even more strength too. So don't worry that whatsoever. So we pop the glue onto this bit here, and we're going to curve it round. And this is why I say always decorate first, Joe, because could you imagine, say I hadn't done the bases, see how these are overlapping? So you would have to then try and tuck it in or cut part of the heart out. So decorate them all and then assemble them all. So there is your triple easel coming to the side there. So this is how it's looking up above. So then what we can do is let's bring in our hearts. So we're going to bring in our two hearts. So our gold and our red, all three of them. Underneath the gold one, let's bring in some foam pads. So we're going to pop a couple on, and then this is what's going to act as kind of like our initial stopper. However, what I'm going to do is the small heart, I'm also going to raise on a foam pad, Joe. So what that means is that actually gives you two options as to where you want your stopper to stop, because we've got two heights, and that will become clear in a moment. So there is our gold. So we've got all three, and then I'm just going to switch over to still the foam pads, but I've got some smaller ones. If you've only got large, what you can of course do is just chop it up.
Yep. I'll give you the details of all of this at the end of the crafting, so don't you worry about that.
Perfect. It's one of these, it's so much fun. I've loved doing it, and I'm going to say it again, and I hold no apologies. It is something where it's repetitive, but this is where the enjoyment of the crafting can come in, because you don't need to think about it a lot. Initially do the first one, of say the large one, and then all the other layers are just the same. You just have to change maybe the decoration, the look. It's entirely up to yourself.
A good one for batch making these as well.
Exactly.
What do you think when you say, Craig?
100%.
Something you could do, you could repeat. I mean, it wouldn't take you much longer to do 4 of these than it would to do, one of these, I'm guessing.
Yeah, easy enough and really good to do, obviously, all your batch making. So what we can do is let's pop our hearts on now. So we're going to start with the large one. So I'm going to have a look to see how far forward or how far back I want the point to go. So I'm happy with it round about there. So we're going to press that into place. let's do exactly the same with this medium one. So let's have a look and see. So I'm going to pop that one into place too. And then what we can do is our last one. So this one can also go into place. So then what I'm now going to do is let's bring these last ones in. In the same with the glitter card, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop a tiny bit of tacky glue on the back, and then I'm going to come a bit further down. So we're going into place here. You could, if you wanted to, you could have the hearts maybe further up, maybe at an angle. That's up to yourself again. This is where creativity is in your hands. You can change things as you want, but we can pop these ones in here. So what I was meaning about the two different stoppers, what I meant by that is if we go back to this larger one, because you do still need to be careful, although the foam pad has grabbed, it's still wet. But what happens is, because we've got these two hearts on two different levels, what we can do is it can either stop at the gold layer, or it could then stop at the red layer. So you've got that option, and obviously it changes how far forward this one comes, or each of them that you're doing. So then, last but not least, we've got a couple just other bits to do. Let's bring in our butterfly once again, and still, I'm going to pop a pad on this, but I'm only going to put a pad into the body, and this one can then go onto our main heart. So let's pop that at an angle. Then we can bring in the love. So let's bring this one in and pop in our pads on. And yes, although it is the foam pads, if you find it easier doing it with your glue gel, that's entirely up to yourself. Or you might not even want extra height. The only bit of height that you would need is for these stoppers here. That's what's going to stop each element.
Are these easily adapted into twisted easels, these, Craig?
Absolutely, yeah. Great idea. Really good idea. And then you can then go further. You can then do things like frames and apertures. Treat them as if they are like your nesting dies. You know, you can do all these different ways. But we can then pop our love.
I love the font on that.
I love it as well.
It's like a little bit retro, isn't it? A little bit brush lettery. I think it's a really lovely one.
It's such a nice one. And I know this sounds daft as well, but it's readable. You know, not all fonts are, but that one is readable. So then what we're going to do, the good old bow. And I've deliberately not tied this one because it is craft along. And I know so many of you ask how it is that I do my bows. So if you are choosing to add some ribbon, this is what I like to do. So as we call it, so we've got our bows here. So I've got what we would say is bunny ears. So we've got our bunny ears here. We're going to cross them over. I like to say is the X factor. Cross them over. Then this one is going to turn. So we're going to fold that one over, and that's then going to come into the loop here. So pull in. And then what we're going to do is I'm going to just hold the middle with my thumb, and I'm going to pull the tails, and then I'm just going to gently manipulate them just until I get the bow to the exact way that I want it. So there is that one. So once you're happy, pull that, and I've got my ribbon scissors here. You can do them at a point. I like to just do them at an angle. So let's snip them ones there. So there's our nice little bow.
Awesome, love that.
So anyone now that will go on social media, and I mean this in a jokey way, because I know that you're all joking, but those that say Craig doesn't do his own bows, I do, and I've just proved it.
Oh, Bowgate.
Yeah, Bowgate. Absolutely. Yeah, people say, very kindly, they say that the bows are too perfect, that there's no way that I do them myself.
That you bought them?
There you go. That I've bought them, yeah. People think that I've bought them. But I'm like, nope.
I mean, you know, if it doesn't work at Crafter's Companion, you could always make bows and sell them online.
I could do, couldn't I? I'm going to start that one again so I can show you again. You could do.
Maybe not.
Be a bow maker. Be the own bow maker. Funny ears there.
I'm only teasing you, Craig. Sorry. I said maybe not because you got the last one wrong.
Oh, right, yeah, got you. I got you. I see what you mean, yeah. Yeah, maybe not, maybe not. So we can see, so we've got the bunny ears.
So bunny ears.
Yep.
X Factor.
Yep.
Through the loop.
And then through the loop.
Bunny ears, X Factor, through the loop. There you go.
Or, I don't know, bolero. Bunny ears, X Factor, bolero.
Bolero? Bunny ears.
Well, when they're twirling around.
Ah, yeah.
I don't know why dancing on ice came in my mind there, it just did. But here we go, exactly the same, just pulling, and we're just getting them into position. Once I'm happy, we can, of course, snip at an angle, and then we're going to attach these ones, but then what we could do, which is also optional, but let's pop it onto ours, because that's what I've done. I've got in some pearls. You might want to use some gems, whether you've got the Year of Craft, maybe you've got the compendium, maybe you've got any of the little craft kit boxes that you've got some gems in. So what we can do is I'm going to pop these ones on last. My gems that I happen to have, these are self-adhesive, Joe, but even self-adhesive gems or pearls, I still use tacky glue because bet your bottom dollar, they will fall off over time. It's just going to happen. So let's do, I'm not going to do as many as I done on my original one, but let's do 1, 2, and 3. So I'm going to pick one there. So I'm going to just pick them up using my pokey tool. So if I then pick these ones up, and I always do 3s, so picking them up with my pokey tool and my finger, working that one in here, and then let's do, so we've done that one at the top left. Let's bring this one in down here. So 1, 2, 3, and then what we can do on this one as well, let's do 1, 2, 3, and then let's do 1, 2, and then 3. And then we've still got enough time to pop these on without the glue drying. So I'm having a look, because the pearls that I've got, there is a few different sizes, so we can bring them up. But if you've got even white ones, and maybe you want to colour them with your alcohol pens, maybe your classic pens or tri-blends, you can do. But it's just all about, in the decoration, finishing them off if you choose to do this. So let's pop that one there, and my hand has gone into the glue, so pick that one up, bring in this one, and then finishing off with the last 3. So let's go 1, 2, and 3, and then what we can do is if we bring in our bow, and we can bring this one, and then what I'm going to do for the bow is I'm going to bring in our glue gel Joe. Gemini Joe, glue gel Joe.
Glue gel Joe. Oh,
Glue gel
I like.
Joe.
GG Joe. Glue gel Joe. I love it.
That's, yeah, another one for you, eh? Another one. So bringing in our heart, let's bring in our ribbon, and we can pop our bow there, and then we can then bring in this one here, and that is it for a triple easel. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to press all these bits. So let's fold that one in. So I'm just making sure I've got those edges folded over and burnished over. I'm doing exactly the same with this one. So let's pop that one, that one, that one, and then the last one.
If they are sort of pinging up a bit, Craig, could you just, it's just a case of going and giving them a really good burnish again?
Yep, that's what it's all about, just giving it a good burnish with your bone folder. So popping these ones in, that one. I think what we'll do, so you can see, and then when we come back to you, I'll give them another good burnish, because I need to be careful that I don't move my ribbon or that, but we can see how it comes together. So we'll pop that one in to here. And we can
Absolutely
see
awesome, Craig.
something a bit different, but good for Valentine's that we can see on that one here. So all that I'll just do, Joe, is while you're talking, I'm just going to burnish each of these edges once again.
Well, we'll give everyone a little bit of a chance just to get finished, Craig, before we ask them to send their pictures in. But we would love to see all of their pictures, which is awesome. And you can, of course, send them in to us. studio@crafterscompanion.co.uk is where we need to send those into. We'll just give our lovely guest Joe an option just to get caught up as well. What I'm going to do for you is going to run back through the collection that we've got available for you. But what we're going to do is go through the individual items as well. So they are all available individually. It's up to you. If you'd like to get them individually, you can. The best way to get the best value is, of course, to get the largest collection. So if you just want the hearts, we've got that one for you there. You've then got the books, which is this one just here, which is fantastic. All the same price. You've also got the flowers available to you as well. You've then got the circles, which is that one there, the hexagons, or you can go for the ornate frames as well. It's completely up to you. So they are all available individually. When you buy them all together as a collection, what you're getting is you're getting 15% discount off of the actual dies themselves, and then you're going to get the 2 paper pads included, totally free of charge as well, which is awesome. So you've got in here, you've got 4 sheets of the topper pads in here. The toppers make, look at those perfect bows, just like Craig's. The topper pads make awesome stoppers for you as well, which is fantastic. So you've got all of those in there, and then what you've got is you've then got these. I love these banners, and these are fantastic on your easels, but they can be great away from your easels as well. Things like really good ones like Have Fun, Chill Out, Miss You, Blossom, Forever, Special Moments. Some really usable ones in there which are great. And then all of that awesome spot foiling in there as well. It really picks up and plays with the light, which is fantastic. You've then got floral elements, of course, backgrounds. A really good mix of styles. Love that sort of damask almost that's on there as well. And then you've got the full blooms there too, which is fantastic. If you want them individually, they are available individually. The full blooms is $16.99 or $19.95. And then you've also got this one here, which is the quintessentially English, which is the same price. This is the most popular one individually at the moment. I do like all of these pop-out floral elements in here. I think they're absolutely fantastic. And what I love about them is they all pop out so easily. So you're not having to cut them or fussy cut them. It's all done for you there, which is fantastic. And then what we've got, of course, are all of the different pattern papers. That one is just really stunning, isn't it? Love of sort of pink and green tones that run all the way through this. Again, you've got gorgeous spot foiling in here too. And that one, just beautiful. 12 by 12, they're 180 GSM. Both of the pads are $16.99 or $19.95 each, which is brilliant. Right, I'm thinking that Joe, our lovely craft guest, is maybe finished. How are you getting on over there, Joe?
Yeah, finished.
Oh, well, I know, Craig, you and I, we're both keen, aren't we? We're both excited, Craig, to see what Joe has been up to. So without further ado, Joe, or just a touch high. Oh, wow, Craig, look at that.
Amazing.
Can you see that?
Oh, that is fantastic. I love that.
It's pretty much spot on, isn't it, Craig?
I know it is, isn't it? Absolutely gorgeous.
Brilliant.
Absolutely.
How did you find it, the whole craft along and assembling it all, Joe? Was it fun?
Yeah, it was good. I think my hearts overlap a little bit much, so it boings a lot, but I can't do much because of the 3D glue gel. So I'll burnish later. But no, it was good. Really enjoyed it.
Oh, I'm so glad that you've enjoyed it. It's really lovely that we can all craft along as well in real time when we do these craft alongs. What would you say to anyone else that was thinking about coming on the craft along, Joe? Has it been a nice experience? Were we scary?
Oh no, definitely not scary. I said this when I did Craft House. Don't doubt yourself. Just go for it. It's great fun.
Oh, absolutely. Well, Joe, do you know what? I think I speak for all of us when I say it's been a pleasure to have you join us for this craft along. And I really hope that we'll see each other again soon.
Yeah, thank you.
Have a great day, Joe.
Thank you,
and when I drive home tomorrow night along the M62, I'll wave, Joe, as I get to Juice. You might not see me, but I'm waving. Don't worry, I'm waving.
Okay.
Have a great day, Joe. Thanks. Take care. Bye-bye.
Yeah, bye.
Oh, how lovely was it to have
lovely.
Joe join us on the show. And I'll tell you what, Craig, she absolutely nailed it, didn't she?
She did. Absolutely. How so smart was that? And then it followed pretty much exactly the way I'd done it, which is great, and that's what you can do. But of course, if you do want to change things, maybe different colours, different angles. I think Joe, with her hearts on the base, she pulled them back slightly further back, which is great. Nothing wrong with that. Just gives you a different look, and that's what it's all about as well. Changing how things can look. And then here we go. So we've got mine. This is my one. That's the one that we've just made.
So just giving those creases an extra burnish, was it,
That's
Craig?
exactly what I've done, yep. Just re-creased them again with the bone folder, and that is just enough to just tighten up the actual seals, and then it just makes them sit that little bit easier.
If they were still popping out, Craig, would moving the stoppers back slightly help you, or would that make the problem worse?
No, that would help. So what you can do is the further back that you make it, the more tighter you make the angle, which means it makes it more substantial when it's wanting to sit upright. So you can start to move them back if you want. Absolutely, that's one option. But most of the time, 9 times out of 10, Joe, it's just simply all about giving them that extra burnish as well. Really putting as much pressure as you can. Not a lot of pressure. I don't want people that thinks that can't put pressure because of their hands. It's just as much as you can, just to burnish them, and then job's a good one.
Awesome. Hello. Right, I've got some other bits that I need to show you actually, so I was just grabbing them from down here, because I tell you what, I think people have definitely been having a craft along with these ones, because these are very light. I mean, I'm no mathematician, but there's definitely not 24 pages in there, I can tell you that much, which shows you just how much everyone has been loving these and enjoying using them. I've got 3 different paper and ribbon sets for you, which I think would go beautifully with this. Just to let you know, 22.48 or 28.71 in the UK, in the US, sorry. However, platinum members get them for just short of £18 or just under $23, which is fantastic. So what you're going to get is you're going to get this one here, which is the Orange Sunset. Now, 250 GSM cardstock. Which is awesome. So you can see here all of that beautiful pearlescent card. It is a white core as well, and you've got that beautiful, I love that kind of lemon. That would go really lovely with sort of the lemon tonic ink pad that we have, wouldn't it? And then what you get is you get the perfectly colour matched ribbon in there as well included. You'll get 24 pages. I have definitely not got 24 pages there, but do grab those. 10% saving on that. Then we've got the lovely lilacs, which is this one just here, and again, really beautiful in that 12 by 12 size. So if you want to cut it down, absolutely you can. It's completely up to you. I love that it's that gorgeous pearlescent, so it really does play with the light, which is fantastic. So you've got that one just there, and again you're going to get the beautiful lovely lilacs ribbon that's going to go with that one, and you are going to get this one just here, which is your caramel and cream. Sounds sumptuous, doesn't it? And it really is. You've got that that's a very dark chocolate brown. That's not quite a black, that. It's a very, very dark chocolate. It's really, really lovely. Then you've got some grey, some sort of taupey colours in there, some creams, and then this blue. That is also one of my favourite colours that we do in our paper pads. You're going to get that in there, and then what you're also going to get is I don't believe you're getting the navy and blush with this one, are you? I think you are going to get the corresponding ribbon that matches that, which will be the caramel and cream ribbon. I've got the navy and blue one there, but you will get the matching one. Again, all the same price on those, 22.48 or 28.71 as a platinum member, just under £18 or just under $23. What I would really love for you to do now, lots of love and appreciation for the gorgeous Jo, our guest. So thank you so much for that. Jennifer says she forgets about the toppers in the pads. So glad to see those. Loads of you saying, talking about sending in pictures. So please do. If you've crafted along with us and you've finished, please email your pictures into a studio@crafterscompanion.co.uk. Studio@crafterscompanion.co.uk is where you need to send them into. Awesome. Right, I know you are going to squeeze another demonstration, I believe, Craig, if we can.
I am indeed. So we're going to go with the hexagons. We're going to use one of these pattern papers as well, or cardstocks. So I thought what we can do is some of these elements we will skip over because we've just shown you how you can do them, but I will step you through. So using the hexagons, I'm taking one of these pearl cardstocks. All that I've done, using the largest hexagon, like we've done at the heart, we've got the actual fold of the card blank at the top. And then all that I would then do is just push that one up. So we've got the edge of the hexagon that's overlapping our cardstock, which then is going to give us this one here. So my fold is at the top. So this is what that one will look like. Then what we're going to do is we're going to come down to, and we're going to do exactly the same within this orange. So if we pop this one up, having that bit of a gap at the top, that's then going to give us this look here, again with the fold. So let's open that one up. And then what we've then done is taken in this colour, so we've gone down another 2, and we've gone into this one here, and doing exactly the same, die cutting what we've just done, which then gives us that effect here. And exactly the same, we've got the fold at the top here. So that's how I've done those ones. I've then cut out a full shape in each colour. So we've got this one here, we've got another one into the orange, and we've got a full one when it comes to kind of like that. It's a bit like a lime colour, isn't it? Centura lime. So what we then do is, this one makes it easier to fold your score line in half, because you can just do point to point when it comes to the hexagon. So I've already put my score line, so we're just going to fold and we're going to burnish that one and pop that one to the side, and we're doing the same with all three. So this is where, whether it is the heart or the storybook or the hexagon, to construct the easel, it's exactly the same step. Every single one is exactly the same step as to get that easel effect. So we can then take in our dies or take in our layers, and what we're going to do is for this one is we'll go back to our tape runner just for a bit of speed, and we can then pop our tape onto this half, pop our tape onto that half, and pop the tape onto that half, and then we can overlap the main layers that you can see here.
Brilliant. Lots of you chatting away still. Lots of you sending in pictures, which is awesome. We're going to be looking at those. Don't forget, there's loads coming up. You're going to be live right after this show, Craig, aren't you? For anyone that's in the UK, I think you could probably watch it from anywhere, but I know you can definitely watch it in the UK. What are you up to after this, Craig?
So I am primarily at Sarah, but I will be popping in with her as well across on the Ranges Facebook page. So go across to the Ranges Facebook page at 3 o'clock for an hour. It's going to be Sarah talking about her Care and Thoughts collection, but I'll be there as well doing comments and doing a bit of social and that as well. So straight from here into there for the next hour.
Awesome. So on Facebook, if you search for The Range, you might be able to watch that as well. I'm not sure if you can get it in the US. No doubt you probably can, seeing as Facebook is global. Maddie's saying she's surprised that she managed to keep up with you, Craig. I'm not surprised, Maddie. I always believed in you. I knew you had this. Also, loads more coming up today as well. Don't forget an amazing cartload. There are some great deals in cartload with myself and Leanne coming your way. That'll be at 4 p.m. UK time, which is 11 a.m. East Coast. And then another chance to see that very busy craft vault show that myself and Leanne had this morning. If that craft vault is anything to go by this morning, you're going to have a lot of fun during cartload, because we were incredibly misbehaved, Craig. I don't know if you heard any of it, but it was a lot of fun. So I'm sure it's going to be fun the rest of the day. Yes, make sure you keep it tuned to Crafters TV.
Fantastic. I didn't catch that show because I was getting stuff ready for this one, but I will definitely go back tonight and have a wee watch and see what shenanigans you were getting up to. Definitely. I could only imagine. Only imagine,
yes.
Joe.
Oh, yes. It's all there on demand, anytime, as all of our shows are. You can watch it all back on the website, craftscompanion.co.uk.com or .eu, and that's the best place to watch and shop at the same time as well. FYI, which means for your information. There you go. Mm-hmm. I know. All about the education here, Craig, aren't we? All about the education.
And also for a bit in FYI, it's all free. So it's not as if you're having to pay for all these classes or anything like that. You can come back time and time again and watch until your heart's content, pause us and rewind us and stop us and do all these different things, and then you can follow along. So what we've done now is we've got our easel card constructed, so we can see, so we've got our easel on the larger one that you can see here, and then what I've also done is bringing in the medium one, which is exactly the same, and then bringing in the smaller one, which is also exactly the same. It's really nice, really diddy little sizes, this one here, Joe. Good for placement settings and that as well, if you wanted to. Would work quite well. What I've then done is using the next size down of our nesting dies, I've cut that out into the pattern paper. So I've done that design there, and I've also done this design. Exactly the same size are these two, but one of them's going to be the top, one's going to be the base. And then exactly the same with the medium one. I've taken the next size die down, and then I've die cut two of them, different designs. One's going to be the top, one's then going to be the base. But then what I've done within this one here is if I bring in this easel, so this is the easel one, in the same colour, Joe, I've gone for the next size down, but I've created that little fold effect like we done a moment ago. And what I've done...
That's cute, like that.
Just
like
stamped.
A little hidden card.
Yeah, so it's like a little hidden card. And what I've done as well, exact same size as another bit of the pattern paper. That's going to completely cover it. So that's going to make it distinctive from that green layer that you can see here. So what we can do for these bits is let's use in our tape runner, and we're going to work our way around by assembling these layers. Let's get the tape runner. I think my one's coming to the end. Just about, I think. Yes, it is. No wonder I can't get in and out. So there we go, so we can work our way around. So what we're doing is constructing all the layers first, or assembling all the layers first, and then we come along and we can then start to arrange whichever way that we want them to go. Whether it's the front, back, round, left, right, it's entirely up to yourself.
It's got definitely a 70s vibe to it, hasn't it? This paper pad.
It does.
It's sort of like a cool retro kind of, not in an old-fashioned kind of way, but definitely in a cool retro kind of way. Especially that one that you did for the very small bit to cover that secret card there. That is, I'm sure my dad had a shirt like that in the 70s.
Really?
At some point.
Yeah, it's definitely got that vibe to it as well. I think what's good as well is even the little bits of ribbon or anything like that all matches. But we can layer these ones up. And unlike the heart, these ones I'm keeping them kind of one-dimensional when it comes to the adhesive. So let's bring this one in. So let's take our tape, popping these ones on, and that can layer into the middle. So simply by layering them up, and we're going to bring in this one. So let's pop this one into place, and I've also taping that one on. So here we go. But you don't need to necessarily use these colours or even things like the cardstock we were using. You could be using, imagine if you do your nested easels with things like glitter card or the Centura Pearl
Perfect.
or something like that. That would be really quite smart. Work really, really well. But in this one, I've done it so that we've got the sentiment and it opens up to the top left-hand side. So this one I'm going to just pop onto tape. And for the base of this one, I've not done another layer. What I've done is I've taken a sentiment, another sentiment, and just popped, "You are wonderful," because you are, Joe.
Oh, thank you, mate.
And popping this one with pad on, simply because we want that tiny bit of height to create the stopper. So we can pop this one on here. Now, before I stick this one on, I'm going to assemble the layers together, and then we can finish last minute bits of decoration. Once again, you can decide, so if you want them side by side, and although that I've done a large, a medium and a small, you might want to do 3 large ones, Joe, or you might want to do a large and 2 medium, or 3, or it could be 4 or 5. It's entirely up to yourself. So what we can do is we're going to do them kind of offset here, and what this does is this stops us having a stopper for each section. Because
perfect.
This medium one...
We were saying, Craig, do you think you could do them in a circle and have them so they all, have a big sort of reef almost of them, so they all then would be their own stopper. Once you've got them all popped up, they'd all support themselves.
Absolutely, you could do. And that's the fun thing. Try all these different things. That's what makes it fun. So we can then bring in this last one here. And once again, with our adhesive, so popping these ones in. So you might find different funky ways in which you can create the stoppers themselves. So let's pop that one on. So we can then nestle these ones in. So that one will be there, that one will be there, and that one will be there. So bringing in our stopper, which is our sentiment. So that can sit nicely into place. Let's line that up a bit better. And then it's all about the burnishing. So let's burnish them ones a wee bit more. So just follow in the back. So I'm going to give that burnish, each one. Make sure you do the back, but as well as the top. So that one, opening up. And then let's just tip this one under, burnish, and then exactly the same onto this one here. So turning that one over. And then just as you can see there, just being careful that you don't catch any of the other layers. So holding it down. So we can lift this one up. These then become all each individual stopper that we can see. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to decorate this one here. So let's just burnish that one there. And I have got remember our stamps that we launched, was it last week?
Yeah, I think it was Ben and Jan launched them, I believe.
So we've got some of them ones. Yeah, because I remember seeing some of the things that Jan had launched. So smart. Really smart, these stamps. So I pop them ones in the back. And then within this hexagon, you've got the same font, but with this one here, you've got friend. So what we can do, so we see if we pop them ones over like I'm away to do, so you could then maybe, you want to use the love maybe with the hexagon, or you can use the friend with the heart. You can mix and match. You don't have to use the said sentiment for the specific products, but we're just going to finish off by layering up each of these components, Joe.
Fabulous. Really coming together, getting very, very busy now as well on this big collection. I think a lot of you watched that craft along, decided that you want to get involved and have placed your order. Remember, of course, you can do that and you can watch this back at any point, which is absolutely fantastic. So you can always do it of all of our shows, but I think the craft along is great because if you are watching the craft along back as well, you can always pause it as well if you want to, which is absolutely fantastic. So yeah, it's never too late to join in the craft along fun with any of the collections that we bring you. And the plan is that for every brand new collection we bring you, we will be bringing you a craft along sort of around about the 4-week point after launch. So you're always going to be able to have loads of inspiration by the way of a craft along. It will also be masterclasses, no doubt, still as well. So it's a really fantastic thing to have.
Such a good idea, isn't it?
Craig. Yeah, it's really, really great, isn't it?
It really, really is. Because sometimes as well, you know, I've done it myself in the past. You see a new product, you get excited, you watch, you think of all these ideas, all these things that you can do, and then you get them, and then you'll maybe even make one, and then your mind just goes blank as to what else that you can do. So it's nice to give a refresh, and it's good as well that we're not bringing out a range of products and then showing them for a week or so, and then that's not seeing them again. You know that within round about the 4-week period, you're going to get a craft along, but then you'll see them popping up in Masterclass or Creative Cravings or shows like that. So it's good. It's nice just to know that they will be popping up at some point.
Yes, absolutely. And the other great thing is, you know, as a lot of people have said in this show, maybe they saw the original presentation of these, the launch show, or saw them over on HSN, or maybe you saw them on Create and Craft, and you thought, gosh, maybe they were a little bit challenging for you. Maybe you are more of a beginner, you thought these were maybe more intermediate or advanced. It doesn't matter now because you've got that real-time craft along that you know is going to break it down and fully enable you to understand the concept. And I think with something like this that does take a little bit of imagination when you get the dies home, it's the perfect thing to make sure you get the most out of it.
It really, really is. Really is. And we can see we've got our stacked easel there. This one here, we've got our little hidden edge that we can see, the little sentiment. You've got your hidden one. I really enjoyed the colour tones that we've done. Small, medium and large, mixing and match. I'm gone very, obviously, autumn colours for these ones using the paper pad, but I just think it works really well. Works really well.
Awesome. Well, I'll tell you what, I'm going to show a few of my favourite samples, Craig, and then do you fancy showing us a few of yours as well, Craig?
Yeah, absolutely.
Brilliant. I'm going to show you I think this is my all-time favourite one. And this is that woodland animal one. And I think if you've got any of our over-the-edge characters, you'll love using them on these. How about bringing other stamps and dies into this collection as well? I'm thinking staycation would work really well with this collection, wouldn't it? Got some staycation coming up for you in our cartload, and I've also got, you know that amazing paper pad from the staycation, Craig?
Yeah.
Got it with a 40% discount
No
in
way.
that cartload show. Oh, yeah. Oh, is it? It's very busy for cartload, I'm hearing. Oh, okay. Johnny is suggesting go straight over there after this show. Are we worried about that paper pad, Johnny? It's got my favourite sheet of paper ever in it, that one. You've got this gorgeous one here. I love this. I love that you can do it with the things that are included. And you know, think about not only using your craft as companion papers, have you got papers from other brands? Do you love things like, I know, graphic 45 papers? Have you got some of those? Have you got rice paper? You know, it would look so classy with this. Have you got rice papers that you use for your mixed media? In fact, do you have sort of gessoed pieces and wooden pieces and MDF elements? Do you want to put those onto here? You know, there really is. It's just such a good base and such a good substrate for so many other different genres and types of crafting as well. How about using these as memory easels, really spacing them out, or having them, I guess you could have them if you put a supporting piece of cardstock underneath, Craig. There's nothing to stop you just having them in a line, is there? 5 or 6 of the big ones, and then have 5 or 6 beautiful pictures on the big one. It could be like a little alternative to a photo frame, or you know, it could be like a memory stand rather than a memory book. There are loads of different things that you are able to achieve when you're using these, which is fantastic. So £100, $120. We're going to be losing Craig in the next sort of 5 minutes or so. So Craig is going to take us through some of his favourite samples before he runs next door into the other studio to join Sarah on the range.
Absolutely I am. But yeah, as you said, I wanted to pick out a few that caught my eye. So using the scallop circles, bringing in any of your other elements. Actually, Joe, these ones here with the birthday cake, that came within the same range as that fluttering butterfly that we used within the Valentines. So you can see how that one looks. But then, once again, we've got the storybook that so many of you just absolutely loved, incorporating some vellums that you can see here, as well as a 12 by 12 paper pad. But then what about maybe making little calendars? So if you've got your organizer, you can then stamp out any of these little calendars that you've got. Could be, you know, like a desk calendar, maybe a little gift for someone that they could pop. Or what you can then do is go all out and you can make real masterpieces. So we've got, look at this easel. So we've got twisted easel all the way around. Let's just make sure that we are all good to go. So let's lift each of these up and look at that. Isn't that a statement piece that you've got there?
That's incredible, Craig, isn't it?
That could be photos, that could be memories, that could be so many different things that you want to pop in that one. But such a statement piece with that. Gorgeous, love it.
Yeah, absolutely gorgeous. Really, really is lovely, and gives you an idea of some of the amazing things that you're going to be able to create when you get these home, when you start using them. Should we have a look at what our fantastic crafters have crafted along with us, Craig? Check these out, Craig. Aren't they incredible? Look, all of these people have been crafting along with us today. I love that people have mixed it up as well in the composition.
Exactly, and that's the thing, you know, do exactly what I'm doing, or just change it up slightly, or change it completely, or do you know what, not even make anything close to what I'm doing, just literally craft along. But it's so good to see these takes on them, love them. Yeah,
absolutely. Wendy, Terry, Sharon, Kerry, Liz, and Maddie, thank you so much for sending yours into us. Sandra has also sent these into us. Sandra did the book one, which was fantastic. I love that. I love that she's used the butterfly alphabet, a really lovely addition really to these, which is absolutely fantastic. Thank you so much for sending that into us. Jennifer says she'd love to see a snowflake maybe in the stacked easel. Molly says, are all of the papers pearl or just the lilacs? It's just a very select few of our paper pads which are pearl. I think we're planning to do more in the future, so hopefully you will see more of those as we go through. Now the next craft along is, is it next Friday? That's with myself and Leanne, and that is with the pop-out number dies. So yeah, make sure you've got those. If you're here in the UK and you didn't have the pop-out number die collection, then you've definitely got time to order them now. I think they're in stock on the website, aren't they? Do you know what, Johnny? Should we have a little check between shows and we'll maybe give people the details if they want to grab them ahead of next week in our cartload show, so people can get stocked up on them. Lots of love for these. Now, the Hottie Scotty is about to go and... Is it the Hottie Scotty or the Scotty Hottie? I'm still confused. I think it's Hottie Scotty, we decided. Yes, he's got to run next door. I've just seen Sarah milling about outside.
So have I, you know, I spotted her as well. I thought she was kind of eyeing me up, saying like, come on, Craig, come on, come on. So yeah, I'm going to go, but I will see you tomorrow morning, as always, 9 a.m. here in the UK, 4 a.m. Eastern Time, 1 a.m. Pacific Time, for a Friday edition of Wake Up Call. So it's going to be fun, but if you are going to be tuning into the Range, we'll see you in about 15 minutes' time on the Range's Facebook page.
Absolutely awesome. A pleasure to spend some time in the studio with you, as always, Craig. Thank you so much. Craig is heading next door. Remember, if you want to go and see that, then you can. It's The Range on Facebook, The Range. So go check that out if you like. I'm just going to give you a moment to place your orders. I see a lot of you with very full baskets. Give you an opportunity to check out. I'll take you back through the whole collection in a few minutes. But whilst you do that, here is all the details of our fantastic Club Inspire.
Welcome to Club Inspire, our free loyalty club. As a member of the club, you can save up to 20% every time you shop with us. For every £1 you spend, whether it's in one of our stores or on our website, you'll collect 1 loyalty point. The more points you have, the more benefits you'll receive. As a welcome present, we'll give you 20% discount with your very first order. Once you place your first order, you'll be given 250 points straight away, making you a bronze member. This will mean that you'll receive a 5% discount on all of your purchases until the end of the next calendar year, plus priority postage. 500 points takes you up to silver membership, where you'll get 10% discount plus free shipping when you spend over £20. When you get to 750 points, you'll become a gold member, which gets you a whopping 15% discount on every order, and we'll ship them to you completely free, no matter how big or small they are. Spend over £25 and we'll send them to you via our premium next day delivery courier service. When you reach 1500 points, you'll become a platinum member, giving you the same shipping benefits as a gold member, but with the added bonus of a massive 20% discount on all of your purchases. Now on top of that, you'll receive exclusive discounts, sneak peeks of brand new products, special offers and money saving vouchers. You'll have access to an exclusive secret Facebook group to meet like-minded friends, to find out information first and to be inspired by all the Crafty makes. We'll send you a completely free quarterly Digimag direct into your inbox, giving you lots of hints, tips, inspiration, additional offers and some sneaky behind the scenes gossip from the team. So what are you waiting for? Become a member of our club today.
All the details there, of course, of our fantastic Club Inspire, which is just a great club to be in, and it doesn't cost you anything to join, so make sure you go and get yourself joined. What I'm going to do is take you back through all this fantastic collection that you've got. Remember, you can watch this craft along back at any point you like, so do not think that it's too late ever to get involved and to grab all this stuff and get it home. Now, what you're going to get in here, I'll go through all the things that you'll get included. So you're getting the hearts, which are these ones just here, which are absolutely awesome. You're going to get the books in here. Now, a lot of you are talking about using these for in-memory projects, I think, which would be absolutely awesome, or also more religious themes. I think this would work really well for. You've then got the easel flower in there as well. Definitely has a bit of a 70s vibe to it, that one, doesn't it? You've got those circles in there, which is awesome. You've got the hexagons. I would love to see this done with some of the bee stamps and dies that we have, especially with the little sort of honeycombs in there as well. I think that would be awesome. Then you've got, of course, this one here, which is your ornate frames as well. So you get all of those. Basically, in essence, what you're getting is they're all available individually. They are $19.99 or $24.95 if you get them individually. However, when you buy the whole collection together, we give you 15% off of these. And then what we also do, just to sweeten the deal, is we then give you the 2 paper pads that come along included for free. Now, I'll just give you the details for the paper pads individually, because if you went out and bought the paper pads individually, this is what they would cost you. So just to show you, $16.99 and $19.95. So you're getting £34, almost $40 worth of paper pads included totally free of charge, which I think is a fantastic deal. So the full blooms, not only is it a paper pad, which is brilliant, it's also got toppers in there as well, as you can see. So you've got big bows, and these work brilliantly. They all just pop out there because they are pre-die cut, but they work brilliant as the stoppers for your easels, which is fantastic. Now, a lovely combination. Lots of banners in here. All these banners, again, are all totally die cut for you as well, which is fantastic. You've got spot foiling in here. You've then got florals with foiling, which is awesome. You've got some backgrounds in there as well. I mean, there is absolutely loads in there for you, which is fantastic. So you've got that one just there. That's your full blooms. You're also going to receive the quintessentially English, much more of a floral theme, this one. I know the other one had florals as well. This is very floral. It's very pink and green, this, which I think is a really beautiful kind of classic colour combination. So what I think it means is that it's something that will be timeless, it will really last. So if you were going for a few of these, I think you've not got something that's sort of trendy, as in it's going to not be trendy in the near future. I think this is a really timeless one, this, and a great one that you could multi-order on again. Now remember though, if you're getting it all together, then you're getting those 2 for free, and you're getting that 15% discount off of the actual collection itself as well. So it's £100 in the UK. That is a saving for everyone of £53, which is awesome. However, if you're a Club Inspire Platinum member, you get it for £80. That means you're saving over £73. So not far off half price compared to buying the individuals for Club Inspire Platinum members. In the US, it should be $189. It's $120 today. So you've got a great saving of $69.60. However, as a Platinum member, that goes down to $96, saving you $93.60. So again, very close to being half price. Wherever you are in the club, whether you are new and you're going to go straight in at bronze, whether you are silver, gold or platinum, you're all getting an awesome deal, which is fantastic. And I know loads of you absolutely love using this. Now, something else that you definitely want to get your hands on, you've only got a few more days to get this as well, is the Get It, Got It, Good collection. Every single week we have a brand new Get It, Got It, Good collection for you. It's a fantastic deal, which is on a great price or whilst stocks last. $27.97 or $42.85 there is your price. You're getting the 2 clear cutting plates, the plastic shim, and you're getting as well the bag too. Details here on your screen. You're saving 20%. It's a great price, and the clear cutting plates especially, we do struggle to keep them in stock. They are something that you are going to need to replace. You're in essence buying the 2 clear cutting plates, you're getting the bag, and you're getting the shim for free. Do you want a little bit of a teaser? Can I tease everyone, Johnny? Stay there, right? This is where everyone panics now because I've left the set. Right, I'm coming back. I just thought maybe can I just run through and pick out a few of the highlights in Cartload tonight. All the deals are live right now over on the website for Cartload. So make sure you go over there and see them. Card blanks, Collauer essential glues, with great savings, glitter card, rainbow glitter card, hello, you're going to be seeing that. We've got totally Tiffany items in there for you. You know those gorgeous balloon sentiments? They are on at a shut the front door price where you're saving more than you're spending as a Platinum member, which is awesome. We've also got metallic pencils, and as well, we've got the Queen of Spectrum Noir with us, haven't we? We've got Leanne here in the studio, so that's going to be absolutely awesome. I've also got, I mean, you're going to have to be quick for this, you really are. A deal where you can get Crafters Inspiration 26, 27 and 29. Is that still in stock, Johnny? Oh, there's like less than 100 of those to go around. Some gorgeous sentiment stamps, which I think Craig might have previewed on the morning call a little earlier today. Staycation at what I think is its best ever price. Staycation stamps and dies, an amazing price on that. The Home Away From Home paper pad, is there any of those left, Johnny? Do you know how much they are for Platinum members? £7.19 or £8.62. £7.19 or £8.62. I mean, we're basically giving it away, aren't we? There should be £13 each. Probably be gone by 4 of those. We've also got coming on the show some awesome background stamps as well. There's absolutely loads coming up with myself and Leanne. That'll be at 4 p.m. UK time, 11 a.m. Eastern time, which will be fantastic. Then don't forget Craft Vault as well will be coming up again. We had a very busy show. I think that Sarah Signature Collection has gone or is about to go. So if you saw that, I mean, we had some really incredible deals. We also had a Laura laughs, as Artilla would say, in that earlier show. So make sure you join us both again for that. Lots of you thanking, Jay has just had a delivery of champagne and Thornton's chocolates and instructions in saying not to be opened until Sunday. Mary says thanks for a lovely craft along. Sally Bond says great show everyone, thank you. Camera work was fab. Could see exactly what Craig was doing. That is Charlotte. In the hot seat, twiddling the knobs and pressing the buttons. Marie says, Joe needs to try making a card. I think this really would really make new card makers see it can be done by any unskilled card maker. I'll tell you what then, next craft along, next Friday, is that you guys, Johnny and Charlotte? Next Friday, should we get a little demo section set up over here then? And I'll have a go. I'll try and keep up. I might need to slow down because I've got to do comments and things. But I think we should give it a go. We did say we would quite a while ago, so why not? Do you know what, Marie? I accept your challenge. We'll give it a go next week. Don't forget also, loads of awesome stuff coming up tomorrow here on Crafters TV as well. I'm going to be back just briefly in the morning on Craig's wake-up call with him. I'm not sure he knows yet. I'm going to be playing some Valentine's inspired... is it a secret? Oh, is it a secret for Craig? No one told me it was a secret. Right, okay. He can't hear me, can he? No, he can't hear me. All right, brilliant. It's a game happening in the morning. Producer Laura ran me through it earlier. It sounds absolutely incredible. So I'm going to be part of that in the morning over on Craig's wake-up call. So make sure you join us for that. Craft Vault, of course, with Craig. And then also tomorrow I've got a launch day with the boss, which will be awesome. And then I've got Colour Me Happy which is going to be awesome. I haven't done Colour Me Happy for weeks. I haven't worked a Friday for like 5 weeks, I don't think. So really, really excited about doing that with Craig. All things metallic. The Midas metallic ink pads, there is a full collection. This is the International Crafters TV sign for full collection. So make sure you join us both for that. And then, of course, we'll be closing it up with a craft vault. And then I'm going to give you a few days off. I mean, that's day 5. That's a lot of me to put up with, isn't it? That's a whole lot of Joe. Right. We're going to go have some lunch, do what you need to do, have some breakfast, have a cup of coffee, but make sure you join myself and Leanne back here for Cartload in precisely 1 hour's time. I'll see you then.